What's good, YouTube? It's Quinn Wade, basketball analysis, coming to y'all with another video. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description in the comment section below. Also, check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description in the comment section below. If you want a t-shirt, you can message me on Facebook. I got different type of logos and images. You can get any color shirt, or you can change the logo on the shirt. Just message me on Facebook if you're interested. What's good, YouTube? Quinn Wade, basketball analysis, coming to y'all with another video for Tuesday. Today we're going to talk about an undrafted guy. Not really the biggest guy, not really the biggest headline, but a guy that people know since high school, a guy that was throwing a lot of bombs, step back threes, pull up threes, getting to the paint, dunking on people. Just was a standout. In high school, I talked about him on my top 5 undrafted players. The Lakers had picked him up for summer league. He didn't really play as well as people thought because he didn't get drafted. You would think he'd be a little bit hungrier. You would think that he want to prove himself. At Kansas, he obviously averaged 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 2.1 assists, and 1 steal a game. And he improved his field goal percentage to 46% from the field and 41% from three, and obviously 83% from the free throw line. But when he played with the Lakers in summer league, he looked a little bit disjointed. Didn't really look like he belonged there. He averaged 3.2 points on 6 of 19 shooting from the field, 2 of 6 from three, and he made the free throws, which was only 2. And what I mean by disjointed, he didn't look aggressive. He looked like he was playing within the system. He was trying to learn a team concept. He wasn't playing like himself, which could be good or bad. He did improve going to Kansas. Obviously, was a good help to him, shooting good from the field and giving you solid points. But it wasn't that standout performance. It wasn't him going out there like, this is my opportunity to make it to the NBA, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to do it. I feel like he was nonchalant. I feel like he let the coach control a little bit too much. I don't want him to be out of control, throwing up 30-footers and 25-footers. Anytime he has an opportunity, you want to see him combine. You want to see him as a playmaker. You want to see how he plays and how he is as a teammate. Like I said, a lot of these players, you don't really know how they are until you actually get them on your roster. You hear about their work ethic, you hear about them, but it's a good thing to actually know this person, and making a trade or drafting a player or signing a player and getting them in your facility, getting to meet them, getting to see it with your own eyes. It's just a whole different experience when it comes to basketball, because you drafted the player based off how they play. You don't really know them, and you don't really see them, and you don't really know how hard or how much they want it. You don't really get to see the intangibles outside of just playing on the court, and those things can really hurt because a player can look very talented, but they can be lazy, they can be unmotivated, they can be mentally weak, and you won't really know these things until you actually meet them, or you actually see them, or you actually get the confirmation, which is mostly getting your own opinion, but you want to get the factual part of it. And Malik Newman was a guy that, when I seen him in high school, he was a exciting player to watch because he was doing things that caught your eye. He was shooting the 30-footers. He was crossing people up. He was dunking on people. He was getting to the basket. He was just so fancy and so flashy that it gained a lot of attention. But you have to realize that he's not the most athletic guy. He doesn't have the best handle. And on top of that, he's only 6'3", playing a shooting guard position. He doesn't have the playmaker or the vision that a point guard would have. So he's in a weird position like Donovan Mitchell, where you either going to be a great scorer or a guy that can play both of those positions, whether it's the one or the two. He's not a great defender either, so that hurts him too, being undersized at that shooting guard position. Plus, you're not a great defender or a great creator or a super athlete. That hurts you too when it goes to the draft, because I can always draft a guy that's younger. I can always draft a guy more athletic or more have the better body. So that hurted him too going into the draft. Was he couldn't really play the point. He wasn't really as good as a scorer as we thought he was, because he was playing against high school competition. Obviously, the college competition is a step ahead of the high school, and it's at a different level. And the summer league is the same. You're going against a lot of the best college players, a lot of the undrafted players, and other players that got dropped from an NBA roster that's trying to make one. So you got a bunch of people that's fighting for stardom, fighting for a contract, and you got a lot of guys that actually was good on a college level, and you're playing against them. So y'all all really on that same level, because none of y'all are on the NBA level, even the rookies. they never really played the NBA game until the season start. So you playing with the guys that's all on the same level, and Malik Newman seemed like he wasn't even on that level when he played with the summer league with the Lakers. And I was surprised that the Heat was willing to pick him up on a basically a two-way contract, which is not that bad considering that they can waive him, they can get rid of him any way they please, and they can try him out and get him on the roster and see how he is as a person and see his work ethic. But to me, you expect him to do a lot more coming out of Kansas, out of D1 school, and being undrafted and having that type of me first mentality that he had in high school. You would think you would see a little bit more of that, but it didn't really work. And I really think that looking at Malik Newman, I don't know if he's going to really make it. I'm not going to try to make it seem like his career is over. I'm not going to try to make it seem like he can't make it. But he's going to have to change up some things. He's going to have to find a way to reinvent himself if he really wants to have staying power in the league. Because if he's not going to be a catch and shoot guy, if he's not going to run off screens, if he can't create his own shot consistently in the NBA, then what is his place going to be in the NBA if he cannot really find that niche, if he cannot really find that identity? Because at worst, you can be a skill set player. I'm a three-point shooter. I'm a slasher. I'm a playmaker. He don't really have a huge strength outside of just being a shooter. But even the shooter comes and goes and is streaky. So it ain't like he's an elite shooter or elite scorer. He's not really elite scorer and he's not really elite shooter. Yeah, you can say he shot 41% from three in college, but the NBA three is further out. In the length of the players is 6 feet, 6'6", 6'7" at the shooting guard position. At worst 6'5". That's still taller than Malik Newman. Then you got to put in perspective that they're bigger. They're 210, 220 pounds at that shooting guard position. They're bigger and stronger. Then you got to put in guard. You're not longer. You're not lankier. You're not faster, and you're not bigger. But also, you don't have the height. So you got more things going against you going to the NBA. So you got to find something that people will say that this is what Malik Newman brings to the table. We need that guy on our roster. Yes, you want to start off fast and you want to be a star. You want to be an all-star. But sometimes you got to work your way up. Sometimes you got to start off somewhere to get where you really want to go, and a lot of successful people will tell you that. And I like that he went to the draft. He was confident. He didn't get undrafted, and he tried to get a contract, get one with the Lakers. Now the Miami Heat going to try him out. He got a lot of hype. He has a lot of potential. He still is young. He does have some type of three-point shooting. He shot, okay from three, really bad, but it was solid for a summer league. But like I said, with these players going to be more lankier, more athletic, you're not going to get the space to shoot as much because they close out faster. They can block your jumper. They can contest it more because they're more lankier with the arms and the wingspan. They can cover more space. So he's going to have to work on being more accurate, but also getting that released off a lot quicker, but at the same time accurate so he can knock down those threes at 36 to 40%. Now Malik Newman, he can shoot 35, 31, 32, 35% from three if he gets a good playmaker or gets wide open shots. But if he wants to be a star in his league like people thought he was in high school, he was one of the top high school recruits. I don't know if he's going to ever get back to that level of respect when it comes to this game, because if he's going to continue to play in the G League or go overseas, it's either he's going to have to rehaul his whole game or find some type of skill set to get on the NBA roster and then build up from there, because he still is young, so he still got potential that can be tapped in, and he still can reach that level of potentially being a guy that's in a key role on the NBA team, because at this point he's going to really be a 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th man on the roster, and that means you're not going to get that much playing time unless a significant injury happen, and even then they can still waive you or try to replace you with somebody else that's either undrafted or coming over from overseas, or they can just pick up somebody from the G League and call them up and give them the minutes. So nothing is guaranteed in the NBA. Everything is a business. You have to find a way to, survive. You have to find a way to stay, because at the end of the day, we're always looking for new talent. We're always looking for new players. We're always scouting the next best thing. We're always looking for the next superstar, whether it's during the season, after the season, or even in the NBA draft and summer league and G League. They're always looking for the guy with the most potential, the guy with the best body. So at the end of the day, Malik Newman has to have that mindset that somebody's always working harder than you. Somebody's always trying to be better than you. Or somebody can come and take your spot. And now that he went undrafted, he doesn't even have a guaranteed spot, even with the Miami Heat. So he already been humbled and he already been shown that you was one of the best players in high school. But if you're not continually improving, you're not continually expanding and adding to your game, time will pass you up, players will pass you up, and now he's in a situation where he might not even make an NBA roster by the time the NBA season started. And he might not even play in the NBA game, which none of us seen coming when he was in high school. But it is reality, it is realistic, and it did really happen to him that he can actually get waived by the Heat and not get picked up and be overseas and might not even play one NBA game in his career, even though we all thought he'd be a star or close to one in high school. So it just goes to show you that you got to continue to expand. You can't get comfortable, and you have to continue to work on your game. It's easier said than done. Everybody knows it, but when you look at Jalen Rose's list of the players that was in the NBA and wasn't in the NBA, you start to get a realistic perspective of, hey, ain't nothing guaranteed, no spots guaranteed, and we can always waive you, we can always trade you, we can always stretch you, and your spot can be taken from you, and it can go to somebody else that wants it, wants to prove themselves, or can be a potential star. And Malik Newman got a reality check this season, well, this off season after not getting drafted, and on top of that, even getting waived by the Lakers and potentially getting waived by the Heat as he's on a two-way contract, which means the contract isn't guaranteed, and they're just going to try him out to see where he's at, and if he doesn't, fit that Pat Riley and Mickey Harrison bill, he can be gone and potentially not even be on the NBA roster when the season starts, or even let's even get more even realer, maybe not even when preseason start. And that could really hurt too, because you make it to a team, you feel like you're gonna make it to the roster. That has to be your mentality, and then now you get waived, and you might not even make it to preseason. So let me know what you guys think about Malik Newman. Do you think he's underrated? Do you think he's overrated? Do you think he had a chance in high school? Maybe he should have came out of high school, even though he couldn't. Maybe that rule needed to be in place for him to come out because he had a lot of hype. Or do you think it's his fault? He didn't work hard enough. He didn't put enough. He didn't expand his game. He didn't add enough elements. And that caused him, even with his size and the lack of athleticism and scoring ability, to fall through even in the college level. He was a little disappointed. But at the end of the day, this is his career, this is his journey, this is his life, these are his decisions. So you have to take it like that. So check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description in the comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description in the comment section below. Like on Facebook to show support. If you want a t-shirt, check out my Facebook page. You can message me on there and I can get you one shipped out. You can have any color of the logo on any color shirt. Just tell me the color you want, the logo you want, and I can get it made for you and ship it out to you. Thanks for the support. Thanks for watching the videos, and thanks for being supportive to me with this YouTube channel and the website. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm gone, and let me know what you guys think about Malik Newman possibly not even being in the NBA game at this point in his career.